Graduates and staff, you may be seated. We want to extend to you a cordial welcome to these commencement exercises of Walla Walla University. We're grateful to God for this day that concludes a year of study that has been truly blessed by heaven. We welcome the parents and the family and the friends of our graduates. Thank you for encouraging them, praying for them, supporting them financially. It has been a good investment. We welcome our faculty and staff. You are the heart of this institution. The interaction between student and teacher is where education really happens. Thank you for guiding the educational process that takes place here. And of course, we welcome the graduates. We celebrate your achievements, we're proud of you, and we look forward to the contribution you will make in the future. All of us together are a community of faith and discovery, and we rejoice and are glad for what has been accomplished by the students, and we pray that God will bless you, and we're glad that all of you are here for this celebration.
What a day. We have all been anxiously awaiting for this day for quite some time, and I want to personally extend my appreciation to each of you for coming here and celebrating this momentous occasion in which we are graduating from this fine institution, Walla Walla University. I've come to love this place primarily because of the faculty and staff and their passionate desire to see us succeed. And it is that sets you guys apart, faculty and staff, from other colleges and universities around the globe. Seniors, whether you spent countless hours working on your senior project, studying the various organic chemistry reactions from Dr. Daly, perfecting that research paper, cramming for Greek tests, enduring early morning nursing clinicals, or preparing your 50-plus page strategic plan, you have all succeeded and are quite accomplished individually and collectively. You guys should be proud of yourselves. I've been honored and blessed to serve with some very fine class officers and sponsors, and it is my privilege to introduce the class gifts of 2014. This year's class gift is bigger than before because of a few exceptional gentlemen. Logan Villarreal, Curtis Lamberton, and Dr. Bigger have all been working very hard to come up with a compromise between and finding some sort of a agreement to work with our photographer, and with that we have saved over $15,000. And so with that $15,000 extra, we're able to implement that into our class gift and make it better and impact the campus greatly. We are pleased to announce the Class of 2014 scholarship benefiting future students. And in addition to that scholarship, we are partnering with the class of 1964, in which we are going to be taking the Walla Walla College seal mosaic in the lobby of the library, and we're going to be moving that and then revamping that wall. And then with the leftover money, we're going to be taking that money and putting it into the stacks. The big windows right over there, we're going to be revamping it and taking some of the stacks out, putting in tables, chairs, desks, carpet, and it'll be just a great, quiet study area for all students to enjoy. You see, it is our desire that these gifts improve the campus, financially help our fellow students, and expand the much-needed study environments. Since this university has given so much to us. It is our pleasure to give back, to continue the excellence in thought, generosity in service, beauty in expression, and faith in God. Thank you.
Good morning and welcome to all of you. Part of celebrating the graduating class is also celebrating this place, this university that has impacted your lives and has changed you. Some of what makes Walla Walla University special are the faculty and staff who have influenced your lives every single day. They are a wonderful group of people whose knowledge, talents, and performance are truly impressive. There's no way that we can begin to adequately recognize the contributions these people give to the academic profession and to the mission of the school. However, some awards have been set up to say thank you and to acquaint you, the students and also the broader family of Walla Walla University, with faculty and staff who exemplify excellence. Most of these are chosen in consultation with student nominations. All of them symbolize what has made Walla Walla University an amazing place for our students to learn and live. So let me tell you about the awards for this year. The Distinguished Faculty Lecturer recognizes a professor's all-around excellence in leadership, teaching, and scholarship, involvement in governance, church, and community service. This person models what Walla Walla University professors should be. In November, the Distinguished Faculty Lecturer will address the university community. I'm pleased to announce that our Distinguished Faculty Lecturer for 2014 is Professor Linda Emerson, Assistant Professor of Philosophy. Linda, would you please stand? Faculty scholarship is best summed up as the giving of a professor's original contributions to his or her specialized field of study. We look for publications, presentations, or artistic productions that show an active scholarly life. I am pleased to announce that the recipient of the 2014 President's Award for Excellence in Scholarship is Dr. Terry Amont, Professor of History and English. Terry, will you please stand? The faculty member receiving the President's Award for Excellence in Advising today gets extremely high scores. Here is an example of what her students have said as a number of them nominated her for this award. She is not only interested in my scholastic well-being, but is also interested in my overall spiritual, mental, and physical health. I love meeting with her because she always has something wise and profound to share with me. She is the embodiment of what an advisor should be. Overall, I cannot think of a single person I would trust more to guide me through my college career. I am pleased to announce that the recipient of the 2014 President's Award for Excellence in Advising is Dr. Deborah Silva, Professor of Communications. Deborah, would you please stand? The President's Award for Excellence in Teaching is given to a faculty member who specifically demonstrates the craft and high standards of excellent teaching. The faculty member receiving this award has been nominated by students who describe him this way. He encourages students to express themselves and is tolerant of differing viewpoints. He creates an inviting atmosphere for learning. It is an amazing experience to take a class from him. I'm delighted to announce the 2014 President's Award for Excellence in Teaching goes to Professor Jerry Hartman, Associate Professor of Communications. The C. Michael and Delano Lang Bell Outstanding Teaching Award goes to a teacher who exemplifies excellence in thought, generosity in service, beauty in expression, and faith in God. According to the criteria, the recipient should not only excel in his or her area of discipline, but also be widely recognized as an outstanding teacher. He or she should be exemplary in integrating faith with rigorous thought. He or she must have consistently high faculty evaluation and must participate in regular professional and fair administration of those evaluations. To nominate for this award, we poll seniors and recent alumni about the teacher they think best embodies the descriptors I just described. The choice is clear and the award is well-deserved. The Outstanding Teaching Award for 2014 goes to Professor Linda Emerson, Assistant Professor of Philosophy. There are also 3 staff awards that I am pleased to share with you today. The first is the Rising Staff Member of the Year Award. Those who nominated him cited many attributes that set him apart. One commented, "He's always willing to help me when I'm having difficulty with my computer, and he is always upbeat and willing to answer my most challenging questions." I'm very pleased to announce that the Rising Staff Member of the Year Award this year goes to Brandon Aberley of Information Services. Next is the first of 2 Staff Member of the Year awards. Those who nominated the recipient cited his long work hours and his commitment to excellence in a very challenging job. The first Staff Member of the Year award goes to Mr. John McMacken of Campus Security. There's John over there. He's working today. Thank you, John. Those who nominated the recipient of the second Staff Member of the Year award also cited many attributes that set her apart. She is always cheerful, and her job requires accuracy and precision that is greatly appreciated by the rest of the faculty and staff. The second Staff Member of the Year award goes to Mrs. Esther Coyle of our accounting office. Esther, would you please stand? Thank you to all of our faculty and staff who make this a special place.
Class of 2014, allow me to add my congratulations for the considerable accomplishments that we celebrate today. I like to think that Walla Walla University has done a great deal for each of you, but in this moment I would like to thank you for all you have done for Walla Walla University, enriching and nourishing this amazing institution. Our commencement speaker today is Dr. Niels Erik Andreasen, former president of Walla Walla University and currently the president of Andrews University in Berrien Springs, Michigan. Dr. Andreasen began life in Denmark, where he lived through his teenage years before studying at Newbold College in England. While at Newbold, he met Dimitra Lugani, who came from a much warmer place, Athens, Greece. He liked the beauty, class, style, and spontaneity that she brought into his life, qualities that his friends might gently tease were much needed. The two were married in 1965. Niels Erik graduated from Newbold in 1963 and in the same year immigrated to the United States, where he graduated with a Bachelor of Divinity degree and a Master of Arts degree in Biblical Studies, both from Andrews University. To these degrees, he later added a PhD in Religious Studies from Vanderbilt University, Nashville, Tennessee, in 1971. About that same time, he began his distinguished and durable career in Seventh-day Adventist higher education. He taught at Pacific Union College from 1970 to 1977, during which time he served for 2 years as a visiting lecturer at Avondale College in Australia. From 1977 through 1990, he served the Riverside and Loma Linda, California campuses of Loma Linda University in various capacities, concluding his service there as Dean of the School of Religion. In 1990, Dr. Andreasen accepted the invitation to serve as president of Walla Walla College, which he did with distinction for the next 4 years. His colleagues here remember him as an able administrator, a capable fundraiser, and a good friend who blessed the institution with careful decision-making and planning. In 1994, Dr. Andreasen began his now lengthy tenure as the 5th president of Andrews University. Dr. Andreasen is the author of 3 books, The Christian Use of Time, The Old Testament Sabbath, and Rest and Redemption. He remains active in scholarship, contributing articles and essays to various publications and serving on the Seventh-day Adventist Church's Biblical Research Committee. The Andreasens have 1 grown son, Michael, a daughter-in-law, Marie, a grandson, Caleb, and a granddaughter, Jordan. I've noticed that when they take time away from their responsibilities, they do not head north to Denmark, but south to Greece. Dr. Andreasen, we honor you today for your significant contributions to Walla Walla University and to Seventh-day Adventist higher education at large. Thank you, and thank you, Demetra, for being with us today. And thank you, Dr. Andreasen, for addressing the Walla Walla University class of 2014.
President McVeigh, members of the faculty, distinguished guests, parents, family and friends, and dear graduates. Thank you for the invitation to celebrate this graduation day with you. I'm honored and delighted to be here, and you are fortunate to graduate from a good university. Exactly 20 years ago this month, I conferred degrees on the Walla Walla graduates for the first time in this location, Centennial Green, and for the last time at Walla Walla before going east. I remember it well, as though it were yesterday. It's good to be back. Now, the commencement speech has become a genre all its own. That means it usually begins and ends the same way. Something like this: President McVeigh, members of the faculty, distinguished guests, and so on. It's the kind of speech that has to be given in every university at least once a year. And you graduates have to listen. I know you would much rather be out of here. I suspect your getaway cars are all packed, engines idling, right behind Sidney Hall, ready for the takeoff. But you have to listen to the speech. Most commencement speakers realize that they face an uphill battle, and some take extraordinary steps to get the graduates' attention. For example, one commencement speaker in my institution admitted that most likely none of the graduates would listen very carefully to his speech, and so he handed the manuscript to the senior class president for him to distribute to any interested graduates after the service was over, if they wanted it. He knowingly made only one copy. I heard also an elderly commencement speaker telling the graduates not so long ago to hitch their wagons to the stars. Whatever does he mean by that, they wondered. Is he talking about space travel? Or is it just the title of an old Western? So what am I to do this morning? It's too late for me to tell you what you should have learned here, and it's too early for me to convince you that you'll need every bit of it once you start your new job. However, I did work at Walla Walla one time, and I know a bit about your school. I think I know something of what you have been taught here by very good teachers, some of whom I also know. So today, on this last day of your education, I'm simply going to ask you to remember what your teachers taught you and take it with you when you leave. I'm thinking about something specific. In fact, about only one thing. Really, only one word. And that word is virtue. To explain what I have in mind for this occasion, let me speak with you briefly about two types of graduates in our time. One is the hero, and the other is the anti-hero. Let me begin with the hero, the heroic graduate. Let's think for a moment about our heroes. Who are they and what do they do? Whom do we admire the most? Are not our heroes people who can accomplish great things, who are courageous, creative, successful, inventive, artistic, wealthy, often young and fit, people who change the way we live, people who can remake the world? Think of Steve Jobs, a very talented man who bent the world his way with communications technology that we all wanted to buy. At first he built the Apple company, then left, and later when it failed without his creative mind, he returned and rescued it, sending its value to over $600 a share before they split 7-1 last week. Don't you wish you had some? Bringing BlackBerry to its knees, quite some hero. Yes, our heroes want to be best, beat the competition, overcome any obstacle, including illness and failure, with success. Heroes marry beautiful, handsome spouses and have smart children. Nothing less will do. They dominate the landscape like giants. They conquer the darkness and ignorance in the world. We admire them immensely. They are our heroes. And we, now that we are graduating, like to imitate them. The young Nelson Mandela was such a hero. Smart, in a hurry, energetic, a boxer, ready to make waves and bring about social change in South Africa, even while neglecting his first wife and his still young children back home in Johannesburg. Or think of the young Bill Gates, who set out to conquer the world of software and made himself the richest man in the world in the process. Heroes they are. Now, recent research indicates that such successful people are indeed our heroes in the 21st century. We admire them and try to imitate them. Even some churches have adopted that hero model for themselves. Successful, growing, tech-savvy, on TV, wealthy financially, influential, making wealthy converts and disciples across the world. And our national leaders strive for this kind of heroism as they push their political agendas through, defeating the other party, winning the budget debate, punishing greedy bankers who themselves are driven by this model of supersized heroism. And it seems to me that some of our colleges and universities are turning their graduates into such superheroes, job-ready graduates, prepared for well-paying positions, moving into leadership, successful in their communities. Oh yes, we graduate heroes in the 21st century. But please notice that all this heroism, all this energy focused on getting to the top is not evil, perhaps not even bad most of the time. It is heroic. We admire it, and our country and our century is obsessed with it. But is it also virtuous? And so, as you might guess, there is another model for this year's graduates. The anti-hero. Remember from your Greek classes, if you took any, that anti does not always mean against. It generally means in place of. This is an alternative. So the anti-hero is not a villain, not the opposite of the hero. No, not at all, but more of an alternative. The anti-hero is someone who is first of all in touch with her or his own inner self. And then second, someone who is in touch with the world in which we all live together and ready to take responsibility for each other. That's where the anti-hero begins. Such a graduate knows that it is not always possible to overcome all our problems simply with hard work, brains, and relentless striving after success and being best in class. Sometimes our best efforts fail. Right? Let's be real. Not everything we're going to do will fall into place for us. Not everyone who graduates today will get rich and be healthy and live a long, successful life with a beautiful spouse and smart kids. Sometimes we make mistakes and fail and have to stop and put things right. Because of that, modesty is a wholesome human trait. Humility is becoming, even virtuous. Forgiveness brings strength. Being surrounded by friends and families is really important. Sometimes we have to start all over again and do it the right way. At sometimes we need to look out for each other. That's when friendships becomes critical. Then we learn that family brings security and protection. Then we realize that success in life is determined by relationships more than by our positions and our paychecks. At the end of the day, internal integrity trumps external power. That's the gateway to a virtuous life, lived by the anti-hero. Think of Aung San Suu Kyi of Myanmar, Burma. She wanted to give political and economic freedom to her oppressed people. Instead, she got house arrest for upwards of 20 years. She could not see her 2 young sons grow up, nor could she be with her husband during his final fatal illness. And she missed out on receiving the Nobel Peace Prize when it was awarded. And yet, in spite of it all the setbacks, she did bring freedom to her nation, not as a national heroine, not as a prime minister, not as a head of state. She did it by the force of her character. And in the end, she still collected the delayed Nobel Peace Prize in Oslo about a year ago. A true anti-hero. Or perhaps the mature Nelson Mandela also became an anti-hero. One of the few, perhaps the only head of state in Africa who voluntarily served as president of his country for only 1 term. He once admitted later in life that his 28 years in prison on Robben Island changed him from hero to anti-hero, taught him patience and humility, prepared him for his crowning life work, convinced him that truth and reconciliation are more effective than power to bring about change. Or the mature Bill and Melinda Gates, who decided to give all their wealth away to overcome AIDS and ignorance. Or Sir Ernest Shackleton, who abandoned his hard-fought drive to cross Antarctica so he could save his crew. He actually gave up on winning so he could bring his men home safely, and he saved every one of them. Colleges and universities used to teach us to be anti-heroes, to acknowledge our human weakness, to seek redemption, to learn modesty, to think of our friends, family and colleagues and put them first, to serve our country, our God, our church, before turning to ourselves. A good college education used to teach us humility, despite our great learning and academic degrees, taught us to be anti-heroes. Please note again that the anti-hero is not a villain. Far from it. She is a genuine human being who really understands her inner self and so becomes acutely aware of the needs of the world around her. This may seem strange in our time of hero worship, but it really and surely represented the essence of a first-class college education just a few decades ago. We used to graduate anti-heroes everywhere, graduates who knew themselves, their frailty as well as their strength, who were true and honest, who committed to serve some grand cause in the world. That's what I mean by virtue. And we need it once again. I'm speaking this morning in support of the anti-hero, the virtuous graduate. Now you may ask, Did we really learn such virtue here at Walla Walla these past 4 years? I think you did. Please think again and remember what your teachers taught you. In literature class, in religion class, in history class, in science and engineering classes. I mean the take-home lesson in every class. What was it? But a search for virtue. Perhaps you didn't recognize it at the time, for we are all so easily overpowered by the blinding light of the 21st century conquering hero strutting across the landscape of our lives. You may not have noticed the repeated invitation by your teachers here at Walla Walla to step aside and make room for the anti-hero in our world. Yet in fact, you were taught such virtue through critical thinking, and when hearing about the ethical demand placed on you. You learned about it in poetry reading. St. Augustine wrote about it in his Confessions, Ellen White in the Steps to Christ, Tolstoy in his short stories, Robert Frost in his verse. Jesus mentioned it in the Sermon on the Mount, and Moses in the Commandments. Your teachers, I bet, showed you repeatedly that the powerful 21st century monster, that super-driven human hero, obsessed with success, rising above the landscape like Nebuchadnezzar's shining image 2.5 millennia ago, that hero has feet of clay. That hero will crumble. Don't go there. And I know that your teachers taught you that a genuine human being, a child of God, the anti-hero, knows his and her own weakness and humbly accepts divine grace and devotes her life to meeting the needs of a troubled world. That kind of graduate is for real. Here is no pretense. Such a person you can actually trust. That's the kind of graduate your teachers really long for you to become. So then, there are two models waiting to be inhabited by this year's Walla Walla University graduates: the hero and the anti-hero. Choose wisely, please. Remember the words of St. Paul, a great anti-hero himself, who wrote, "For when I'm weak, then I'm strong." Now that is genuine human virtue by a real, honest-to-goodness anti-hero. Choose wisely. Congratulations, and God bless.
It's got to be further back. Yeah, back this way. There you go. This morning, I would like to share with you some of the characteristics of our graduating classes. And I say classes because I'm going to do it separately this morning for the undergraduate class of 2014 and then for our master's class of 2014. So let me start with the undergraduate class, and I'm going to ask those in the graduating with an undergraduate degree this year to please stand. And yes, you're going to have to stand for a few more minutes. President McVeigh, esteemed faculty, staff, students, family members, honored guests, and yes, to even those watching on TV, it gives me great pleasure 118 years after the first Walla Walla University commencement to present to you the class of 2014. Our current records show that we have 288 graduates, which is 30 more than 2 years ago and 27 less than last year. 183 of you began here as freshmen, and in this class, women outnumber men 151 to 137, or 53% to 47%. Again, the class of 2014 is a high-achieving class. At this moment, 70 qualify as cum laude graduates, 33 for magna cum laude, and 18 as summa cum laude. Congratulations. There are 24 seniors completing double majors and 15 students studying for dual bachelor's degrees. That comes to a grand total of 300 bachelor's degrees and 8 associate degrees. We have a number of dedicated scholars in this distinguished senior class, having earned an impressive number of college credits. Here goes. The senior with the highest number of credits earned here at Walla Walla University has earned a grand total of 371 college credits. That's a lot of credit and a lot of tuition. We thank you. Speaking of tuition, the class of 2014 received over $7.5 million in grants and scholarships while at Walla Walla University. Let me say that again, over $7.5 million in grants and scholarships to our graduating class. For the undergraduates, the average award was over $23,000, and the highest amount received by one student was almost $83,000 in grants and scholarships. The class of 2014 covers a broad range in age. According to our records, our youngest bachelor's degree graduate is 20 years old, a child prodigy, and our oldest is 104. You'll meet her later. The nursing program has the largest number of majors represented in this class with 58 seniors. Nursing is followed by the School of Engineering with 43, Business with 32, the School of Education and Psychology with 24, Communication and Languages with 22, Technology with 21, Health and Physical Education with 19, Biology with 16, Social Work and Sociology with 12, School of Theology with 12, History and Philosophy. Wow. Yeah, you got to get those in there quick, don't you? History and Philosophy with 10, Music with 7, English with 6, Computer Science with 5, Physics with 4. That's good for 4 people. Chemistry with 3. We feel your pain. Mathematics with 3. And art with 3. 119 of our graduating seniors are from Washington State. 70 from Oregon, 53 from California. Parents, see what we've had to put up with? 5 from Texas. 16 other states are represented here from as far away as Florida, Vermont, Alaska, and Hawaii. We also have international representation in this class from Canada and Italy. Some in the class of 2014 have already focused on service to the world beyond the Walla Walla Valley. Within this group are 38 graduates-to-be who have either served as student missionaries and task force workers or will be serving after graduation. We are proud to call all of them alumni and know that they will continue to bless others as they go forth into the world. So thank you, seniors. Please be seated. Now I'm going to ask our graduate student class of 2014 to stand. All right. Our current records show that we have 68 graduate students here on the College Place campus. And as you might have guessed, women outnumber men, but in this case, 72% to 18%. Let me just remind you for a moment that we do have graduate campuses in both Missoula and Billings, Montana, who are not present here today because they have graduation ceremonies on their campuses. So the 68 represent those graduating here this weekend. We do also have a number of dedicated scholars in this class, having earned an impressive number of graduate credits. The graduate student with the highest number of credits earned here at Walla Walla University has earned a grand total of 107 graduate credits. Considering that most graduate degrees require somewhere between 45 and 60, that's an impressive number of credits. The master's degree class of 2014 covers a broad range in age. According to our records, our youngest master's degree graduate is 21 years old, and our oldest is 62. Yes, we believe in lifelong learning here at Walla Walla University. The social work program has the largest number of majors represented in this class with 45 graduates. Social work is followed by education with 11 and psychology and biology each with 6 students. 52 of our completing graduate students come from right here in Washington State, 11 from Oregon, 2 from California and Idaho, and 1 from Canada. Some in the class of 2014 have already focused on service. Within this group are 5 graduates-to-be who have either served as student missionaries or task force workers or will be serving after graduation. Others have worked in service-oriented internships or practicums. If any of you were at the Hooding last night, you would have heard that almost every social work graduate has worked in some service-related practicum. We are proud to call all of them, again, our alumni, and know that they will continue to bless others as they go forth into the world. President McVeigh, I'm pleased to present the Walla Walla University undergraduate and graduate student classes of 2014. We have a total of over 400 graduates this year on all our campuses. Thank you. Graduates, you can please be seated. All right, it's the moment you've all been waiting for. We are now going to begin the conferring of degrees. So the front row of undergraduates can go ahead and stand and start moving this way. Are we ready? Okay. We're going to start this morning with our senior class officers, and I will read their name and then their degree, as well as their office. Zachary Austin Gilbert, President, degree of Bachelor of Science, major in Business Administration, magna cum laude, Christian Service Volunteer. Zach, please come forward. Scott Douglas Ray, Co-President, Portland Campus, degree of Bachelor of Science, major in Nursing. Come on, Scott. Go ahead. As I read your name, you can start walking across the platform. So let me finish telling you about Scott for a moment. Co-President, Portland Campus, degree of Bachelor of Science, major in nursing, Christian service volunteer, also a Master of Arts in teaching. He's been busy. Michael P. Smith, Co-President, Portland Campus, degree of Bachelor of Science, major in nursing, cum laude. Justin A. Hansen, Vice President, degree of Bachelor of Science, major in bioengineering, cum laude. Logan Andrew Villarreal, Social Vice President, degree of Bachelor of Science, major in bioengineering, magna cum laude, Honors General Studies program, and Christian service volunteer. Curtis Albert Lamberton, Spiritual Vice President, degree of Bachelor of Science, major in automotive management. Rebecca Ellen Widmer, Secretary, degree of Bachelor of Arts, major in business administration, summa cum laude, Christian service volunteer. Jonathan Thomas Lodenkamp, Treasurer, degree of Bachelor of Science, major in business administration. Now for the rest of the class. Candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Arts. Major in art, Carissa Ashley Jacobson. Sherry Elaine Jensen. Sonia Charisse Rootvik, summa cum laude, Christian service volunteer. Major in business administration, Augustine Deffen Bailey, in absentia. Major in English, Caitlin Elena Marie Beck, also a major in Spanish. If you hadn't guessed, Dad's directing the brass choir over here. But Caitlin also majored in Spanish, received cum laude honors and a secondary teaching certificate. Jackie Wilson Harwood. Lauren Mackenzie Heathcock, summa cum laude. Rachel Aaron Logan, cum laude. Major in French, Carly Marie Burnsid. Major in History, Marie Nicole Barnett, Honors General Studies program. Ian Drake Bilanovich, magna cum laude, secondary teaching certificate, Christian service volunteer. Israel Campachano. Philip Marcel Duclos, also a major in religion, cum laude, Honors General Studies program, Christian service volunteer. Christopher J. Eric, cum laude, secondary teaching certificate. Fawn Farrar, also a major in religion. Jacob Lawrence Geem, Christian service volunteer. Habakkuk Hara, also an AS degree in business. Marina Grace Kravig, secondary teaching certificate. And now I promised you earlier that you would get to meet our 104-year-old graduate. Let me introduce to you Effie May Hale Pampion. Let me just share with you for a moment. Effie is receiving an honorary degree today, a BA in history. Over the last 20 years, she has taken over 60 credits in history alone, as well as theology credits. 75 years ago today, she was the first Walla Walla College female theology graduate. Thank you, Effie. Effie continues to take classes, and in fact, these last 2 years, she's taken several upper division history classes and will continue to do so next year. Richard, I hope you're not feeling, okay. I'm proud to introduce to you our last history graduate, so please give him a strong round of applause. Richard Roberts, cum laude. Major in Humanities, Julian Benjamin Weller, Honors General Study Program. Major in International Communication, Megan Alexis Cleveland, also a major in French, summa cum laude. Haley Fowler, cum laude. Major in Mass Communication, Carlton P. Hanks. Carly Schneebly Joseph. Camlin Elizabeth Waring, cum laude, Honors General Studies Program. Major in Mathematics, Sarah Rosemary Innocent, cum laude, Secondary Teaching Certificate. Major in Music, Elizabeth Julianne Field, magna cum laude, Honors General Studies Program. Jessica Mariko Igarashi, summa cum laude, Christian Service Volunteer. Hannah Judith Mira. Elizabeth Danielle Rice, also an AS degree in pre-physical therapy, magna cum laude. Major in Psychology, Jana Olivia Stratton Edensminger, in absentia. Tara Nitterost, also a major in Spanish. Major in Religion, Caitlin Elizabeth Campbell, also a major in Psychology, magna cum laude, Christian Service Volunteer. Brandon Lee Torkelson, Christian Service Volunteer. Antonia O. Vujdu, also a major in History, summa cum laude, Christian Service Volunteer. Major in Spanish, Moses Cervantes, cum laude. Shaston Ariel Engelhart, magna cum laude, Christian Service Volunteer. Megan Leanne Fessler, magna cum laude. Stephen Edward Haddad, cum laude, Honors General Studies Program. Nketaniruka Chidima Wigwe. Eric R. Oshiro, Christian Service Volunteer. Jordan Keith Spady, cum laude. Christy Lynn Spaney, cum laude. Lisa Marie Vargas, Secondary Teaching Certificate. Major in speech communication, Katie Wilson, also a major in Spanish, cum laude. Major in theology, Blake A. Engelhart. Robert Stanley Falkenberg III, also an A.S. degree in business, magna cum laude. Robert Dwayne Harvey, Jr. Macy Noel McVeigh, secondary teaching certificate. Happy Father's Day, President McVeigh. Sean Mitchell. Adon Adrian Rodarte, Christian service volunteer. Candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Business Administration, Trevor Joseph Boyson. Elizabeth Ann Kubo. Michael Timothy Lyons. Emma Brenda Naguescu Wasaluka. Alec North, cum laude, Christian service volunteer. Grace Allison Patchett, summa cum laude. Margarita Patino, cum laude. Kyla Lee Michelle Pierce, also a BA degree, major in Spanish, summa cum laude. Jonathan Eugene Pratt. Benjamin Reich. Lauren Brianne Ressler, cum laude, Christian service volunteer. Marion Edward Vandepol III. Candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Music. Cambria Lonnie Mensink, magna cum laude. Secondary teaching certificate. Adam Shaolin Party, secondary teaching certificate, Christian service volunteer. Candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Science, major in automotive management, Stephen Lauren. Michael E. Martinez. Jacob Weaver. It's a new world. Major in automotive service, William Trevor Chin, Christian service volunteer. Austin Hummel. William Daniel White. Major in aviation management, Michael Charles George Kreff, magna cum laude. Todd Alexander Rapp, cum laude. Major in aviation technology, Bradley Milna. Cody Scott Schnabel. Major in biochemistry, Andreas Diaqueras, cum laude. Dane Fritchie, cum laude. Christian Michael Eric Robbins, magna cum laude. Major in biology, Carly Paige Baruga, cum laude, Christian service volunteer. Sarah Rose Bewley, Christian service volunteer. Carly Rochelle Ginger, also an AS degree in pre-physical therapy, cum laude, Christian service volunteer. Cody James Humple. Elizabeth Renee Lampson. Claire Kirsten Nelson, magna cum laude. Julianne Pearson, cum laude, Christian service volunteer. Christopher Matthew Reeve, honors general studies program. Megan Elizabeth Ritlin, summa cum laude. Mark S. Raisler, cum laude. Camilla Evanly Salango, cum laude. Rachel Nicole Spady, magna cum laude. Morgan Joe Stefan, summa cum laude. Stephen Paul Tan, summa cum laude. Cedric Norman Thiel, summa cum laude, honors general studies program. Catherine Lynn Winter, cum laude, honors general studies program. Major in business administration, Elizabeth Beto, magna cum laude. Shirley Damian. Megan Celeste Schwang Gertz. Michael Eric Hansen. Cody Ryan Hendrickson. Caitlin Nicole James. Alexander William Marshall, magna cum laude. Joshua Stephen Meharry. Rory Zane Ross. And this young lady, I'm very proud to introduce you to you. This is my executive assistant who keeps me in line, Claudia Villegas Santiano. Alyssa Renee Siebold, magna cum laude, Christian service volunteer. Chelsea Karen Sims. Zachary David Tatro. Brady Clinton Weejohn. Major in computer science, Robert John Faree, also a major in new media imaging, cum laude. John Helmuth Verdurking. Taylor Sarafian, also a BA degree, major in mathematics. John Micah Wilkinson. Major in elementary education, Jeffrey Scott Anderson, cum laude, Christian service volunteer. Kimberly Rochelle Bynum, cum laude. Morgan Alexa Carrera. Amber Dawn Davin. Brittany Lupo. Catherine Elizabeth Meharry, cum laude. Benjamin Edward Messenger, cum laude. Mackenzie Patterson. Hannah Joy Rodriguez Bidwell, magna cum laude, Christian service volunteer. Sarah Catherine Rose, summa cum laude. Ashley Nicole Stewart. Joanna Foa Talatonu, Christian service volunteer. Major in forensic psychology, Caleb Benjamin Barsonas, cum laude. Kevin Natiras. Major in graphic design, Amber Lynn Shepler, cum laude. Gabriel Jocelyn Smith. Anya Alexis Waldy, cum laude, Christian service volunteer. Major in health promotion, Amy Elizabeth Balkans. Camille Alicia Becerra, Christian service volunteer. Major in health science, Craig Austin Johnson. Tamara Nicole Patrick, also an AS degree in pre-physical therapy, cum laude. Kevin James Pennington. Jacob Carl Radke. Daniel Paul Rogers, also an AS degree in pre-physical therapy, Christian service volunteer. Major in industrial design, Jonathan Carl Como, cum laude. Stephen Robert Michelli. David James Schoen. Jordan Alexander Tulel. Major in mass communication, Thomas Creasy II. Major in mathematics, Ryan Thomas Blake, secondary teaching certificate. Major in nursing, Chris Lorinda Anderson. Rochelle Marie Anderson, cum laude. Emily Eliza Angevine. Bethany Benton, cum laude. Cassandra Lynn Cantrell, cum laude, Christian Service Volunteer. Crystal Deandra Cothran, Christian Service Volunteer. They obviously have friends in the band. Tracy Nicole Chalice, cum laude. Stacy Lynn Chow, cum laude. Natalie C. Cochran. Christian Francis Seiler Collier. Kimbry Joe Kuhn. Teresa Dang, cum laude. Leslie Davison. Adrian J. Dumais, magna cum laude. Natasha Catherine Duplessis. Juliana Katie Eaton, cum laude. Sarah Ann Fitch, magna cum laude. Danica Michelle Ford. Charlene Faye Gilbert, cum laude. Jennifer Nicole Gunther, magna cum laude. Lindsay Dawn Hathaway. Megan Marie Hunter. Stacy Jensen, summa cum laude. Tommy R. Johnson, cum laude. Lars K. Jordan, also a BA degree, major in Spanish. Amelia Anna Junt. Elise Rochelle Ming Ai Kong, summa cum laude, Christian Service Volunteer. David Victor Kroll. Brittany Elizabeth Lambert, cum laude. Kirsten Devon Lee. Jennifer Rose Lilly. Jacqueline Ariel McCluskey. Heather Ann Menzel, cum laude. Rosemary Messenger, also a BA degree, major in music, cum laude. Benjamin M. Mills. Cheyenne Mitten, cum laude. Nina Wong Wien, summa cum laude. Allison Nicole Noble, magna cum laude. Ashley Nicole Osgood, magna cum laude. Holly Elizabeth Roberts, Christian Service Volunteer. Matthew William Roberts. Landon Eugene Rogers. Jamie Lynn Scott. Heather Joy Soule, Christian Service Volunteer. Petra M. Spreadborough. Katie Solsley. Rachel Lynn Danielle Thornton, summa cum laude. Cheyenne Marie Torres. Sarah Ann White, cum laude. Ashley Rose Wirt, cum laude. Turley Talitha Wirtz. Heather Ruth Witzel, cum laude, Christian Service Volunteer. Major in Physical Education, Andrew Scott Bailey, Secondary Teaching Certificate. Kimberly Ann Brown, magna cum laude, Secondary Teaching Certificate. Holly Rand Hunt, also an AS degree in pre-physical therapy, Christian Service Volunteer. Ryan Christopher McCreary. Joanna Claritza Uribe. Michelle Renee Warner. Major in Physics, Thomas Frederick Bloom. Joseph Andrew Hughes. Also a Bachelor of Science and Engineering degree, magna cum laude, Honors General Studies program. Michael William Kudla, also a Bachelor of Science and Engineering, cum laude. Benjamin David Maloon. Major in Psychology, Claudia Rivera Camacho, cum laude. Daniel Escalante. Racel Ann Estoesta. Juanita Marisol Medina. Jennifer G. Prada. Major in Web Design, Lucas Richard Allen Anderson, also a BA degree, major in Mass Communication, cum laude. Candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Science in Engineering. Matthew Scott Aiken, cum laude. Jonathan David Anderson. Bryson Bechtel, magna cum laude, Christian Service Volunteer. Obviously, Bryson knows people. Trevor A. Bennett, Christian Service Volunteer. David Scott Bryson, Christian Service Volunteer. Andrew Michael Aaron Ballard, magna cum laude. Brian Spencer Clark, cum laude. Nathan Thomas Curry, magna cum laude. Travis Aaron DeFluter, Christian Service Volunteer. Andrew Stephen Edgerton. Kurt Eugene Hildebrand, Christian Service Volunteer. Gerald Daniel Coate, cum laude. Bradley David Lalonde, Christian Service Volunteer. Edgar Arturo Ledesma. Kelsey James Leake. Brian Lee Lenz, magna cum laude. Anders Christian Markov, magna cum laude. Mark Christopher Mailheisen. Rafael Piera Menenghetti. Jeremy Seth Mercer, cum laude, Christian Service Volunteer. Nathan E. Miller. Justin Thomas Mauser. Michael James Opp. Daniel Thomas Rafuse. Andrew Michael Russell. Travis Allen Sandage, Christian Service Volunteer. Theodore Charles Shaw. Kendall Lynn Storm. Robert William Stringer. Zachary Ryan Sweeney. Robert Seth Taylor, Christian Service Volunteer. Brendan Paul Tickner, cum laude, Christian Service Volunteer. Heidi Ray Tupper, cum laude. Anthony Uhl. Christian James Willing, Christian Service Volunteer. Eric Wilson. Adam Wesley Young, Christian Service Volunteer. Candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Social Work: Amanda Colopy. Rubio Dallas Jimenez. Nicola Marie Litzy. Nancy Patino, magna cum laude. Amanda Priscilla Ponce, Christian Service Volunteer. Michelle Reese, cum laude. Whitney Amanda Smith, cum laude. Holly J. Sturgis, also a BA degree, major in religion, cum laude. Michelle Venable. Adriana Cherie Wallen, summa cum laude, Christian Service Volunteer. Candidates for the degree of Associate of Science, Business. Amber Elizabeth Crew. Krishan Alyn Woodbury. Graphic Communications, Bev Lee Wessels Weaver. Pre-physical therapy, Zachary Harris Weejon.
Candidates for the degree of Master of Arts: Ariane Marie Bosquet, Graduate Dean Scholastic Achievement Award. Graciela Rodriguez. Candidates for the degree of Master of Arts in Teaching: Joshua M. Ertl. Ronald Jacobin. Sarah Danielle Maniscalco. Lois Myers. Alexander Salzman. Heather Ann Salzman. Darla D. Shoup. Candidate for the degree of Master of Education: Angela Dawn Campanello, Graduate Dean Scholastic Achievement Award. Candidates for the degree Master of Science in Biology: Kyle Sheldon Craig. Kevin House. Benjamin J. McCluskey. Christopher Parker. Good man. Deanna L. Plubell. Hannah Starsevich, Graduate Dean Scholastic Achievement Award. Candidates for the degree Master of Social Work: Bradley Bastian. Talisha Batuick. Nancy Bose. Marisol Cabrera Crumpacker. Heather Cantu. Jeremiah Dutt. Kashia Garcia. Delia Gutierrez. Shannon Hamlin. Claudia Hermosillo. Stephanie Johnson. Maria Lupe Mares. Alexander Scott Nelson. Chloe Christina Rosengren. Oscar Sanchez. Brandon Shiner. Dawn Michelle Skinner. Hannah Smith. Ashley Stanford. Alicia Thornton, Graduate Dean Scholastic Achievement Award. Guest graduates: Everly Batuick, degree Master of Science, Nursing Education, Walden University. Courtney Dawn Doherty, degree of Master of Science, Speech Language Pathology, Idaho State University. Shirley McLaughlin, degree of Master of Education, Elementary Education, Grand Canyon University. Melissa Ann Ray, degree Master of Arts, Organization Management, Specialization in Human Resource Management, Ashford University.
On December 7, 1892, at 8:30 a.m., an event occurred on this campus that would repeat itself thousands of times. The bell in the administration building rang for the first time, summoning its initial set of enrolled students to gather for college assembly. By the end of the day, 101 students had completed registration. In the years that ensued, a tradition set in where new alumni clamored to the top of the belfry to add their names to the growing roster. 8 years ago, just behind this platform, a new administration building was erected, once again with a cupola and the same bell that had rung on that cold December morning. Today, With regularity, it marks the top of the hour and will ring in a few moments to indicate the end of yet another blessed year. Your class of 2014 will be the first to leave a lasting signature in the new Belfry. With the fourth floor now home to the Office of University Advancement and Alumni, the Belfry is ready to have you leave your signature. In fact, it will be open this afternoon, beginning actually at 11 for an hour and a half. Please come up and sign the Belfry. By crossing this platform just a few minutes ago, you had joined a cadre of over 21,000 graduates. Transitioning from student to alumni may take a few days to adjust to, but it's worth contemplating. It is now your privilege to represent Walla Walla University. Your future job or continued education will hinge on the many and varied experiences you've encountered in these hallowed halls. We cherish your positive leadership. We covet your input, and we encourage you to return to campus often. We will miss you. You will continue to receive communication from us, but not in the form of transcript financial statements, but rather news from fellow alumni and beloved faculty. You may even receive an invitation to dessert with the president or an evening at Chipotle's when we're in your town or local area. The water bottle that you received today is your first gift from the Alumni Association. Your gift to us: represent us well, and come sign the Belfry. We sincerely wish you God's grandest blessings. To our newest alumni, the class of 2014, welcome.
Following the benediction, we invite the audience to remain seated quietly for the traditional ringing of the university bell and the recessional. And now, with the class of 2014, the faculty and the staff, join us standing for the benediction. May the God of peace equip you with all you need for doing His will. Through the power of Jesus Christ, may He produce in you every good thing that is pleasing to Him. Father, I pray, grant them joy for the journey, success to know the bounty of your blessings, wisdom along the way, trials to make them strong, courage for the conflict, faith when they falter, perfect peace in the storm, and sweet victory in Jesus. I do not pray that you should take them out of this world, but that you keep them safe from the evil one. They are not of this world. Sanctify them by your truth. Your word is truth. Amen.